For sitting down with us today. Just first of all, wanted to hear kind of your thoughts about your tour today and how it went.
Well, I was really impressed with what I saw here. One of the big questions with all of this infrastructure investment coming is, do we have the workforce ready to do all of these jobs? Installation jobs, construction jobs, maintenance jobs. What I see here is a community that's thinking about not just how to create jobs, but how to prepare people to do those jobs and turn those jobs into careers.
I know Kelley Blue Book says that the average EV costs about $56,000. How's the federal government working to make sure that electric vehicles are more affordable for more Americans?
Well, the averages are a little misleading because they catch a lot of those luxury cars on the high end. You can get, for example, a very good electric pickup now starting at about $40,000, but we know that's still out of reach for a lot of families. It's one of the reasons why the president has proposed tax credits to lower that upfront cost, and was very pleased to see that the governor has led the state in doing the same here in Illinois. You can already save money by owning an EV because even though it's sometimes more expensive up front, you save on fuel and you save on maintenance. But we want to bring that price even lower so that everybody can capture those savings.
And Secretary, you just announced that about 3,000 or more deaths happen on the roadways in the United States each month.
That's right.
What are you guys working to do to make cars more safe and also roadways?
So we put out a national roadway safety strategy because we can't go on like this. We would never tolerate 3,000 Americans dying in 1 month on airplanes or trains. We shouldn't tolerate it on our roadways either. We need to have safer vehicles, safer speeds, safer drivers, and safer roads. And there are steps we can take to do all of those things. We got new technologies emerging that can help make vehicles safer if they're used the right way. And we're also going to be funding the steps that communities can take to make everything from a crosswalk to an interchange safer so that we have fewer fatal crashes.
You foresee this model with cars being taken into boats, trains, and planes in the future?
Eventually, I think we will see more of that. Right now it's mostly cars and pickups. We're starting to see it more with heavy-duty vehicles, buses, school buses, trucks, and we're seeing things like passenger ferries starting to move in that direction. It's going to take longer for aviation, but in the meantime, there are some exciting opportunities with what are called sustainable aviation fuels, including biofuels that can be produced right here in this part of the Midwest. And we're going to be working with the international community to encourage more use of those so-called SAF, sustainable aviation fuels, even while the industry in the long run starts looking to new means of propulsion.
We've been seeing all week long these trucker protests in Canada about the vaccine mandates. The Department of Homeland Security said we might see that in Los Angeles this week and before Super Bowl. Are you all aware of what's going on, and what are you guys working to do to make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, we're very closely monitoring the situation because anytime somebody takes a step to disrupt or damage the U.S. economy or national security, that has real consequences. Even this action in Canada has made a lot of U.S. auto workers worse off, being endangered in terms of losing shifts. We don't want to see any more of that. Encouraged to see Canada taking steps to resolve the issue, and I'm in frequent touch with automakers, governors from border states, and with my counterpart, the Canadian Transport Minister, to talk about getting that issue resolved and hopefully not having those problems going forward.
Do we have any idea who is funding these protests?
There are a lot of questions about that, and I think there's a lot of information and misinformation operations going on connected to this. Let's be very clear. These folks do not speak for example, American truckers. The American Trucking Associations put out a very powerful statement condemning any action that would undermine U.S. economic or national security. It's important to pay attention to what those truckers and the auto workers have to say at a time like this.
All right, Secretary, thanks so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you. Good to be with you.